Pensacola, Florida. Sugar white sand under your feet, emerald water on both sides of the road. Jets loop the pass at lunch. Fort walls catch the breeze. In 4 days, you'll beat the beach rush in the morning, see the flyover without a dawn campout, and stretch one park pass across the week. Stick around till the end, and you'll know the toll move and the lovely sunset pull-offs locals actually use. Day 1. Beach morning, Fort afternoon, sunset with seafood. Cross the Bob Sykes Bridge early. Traffic is light before 9 and the toll is simple, $1 all electronic southbound only. If you have SunPass or a compatible Florida transponder, it bills that. If you don't, Toll by Plate mails it with a small fee. The scan happens once going onto the island. The drive back is free. Park by the Pensacola Beach Gulf Pier and walk straight to the water. Expect paid parking near the pier in peak seasons. Check lot signs when you pull in. Check the beach flags at the entrance board. Green means easy. Yellow means moderate surf. Red means rough. Double red means the Gulf is closed. Purple warns of jellyfish or other marine pests. Flags update through the day, so trust them. Main beach areas have lifeguard towers in season. Most park pull-offs do not. Swim, walk. Give yourself a quiet first hour before the crowds thicken. For a quick look over the water, stroll the pier. Walkers pay a small fee and anglers pay a little more. The view down the island and the chance to spot rays in the breakers make it worth it. Late morning, roll 5 minutes west to quieter sand inside Gulf Islands National Seashore. The turn is signed for Fort Pickens. Buy the 7-day Gulf Islands vehicle pass one time, $25 per car. It covers Fort Pickens, Johnson Beach on Perdido Key, and the Live Oaks and Opal Beach areas all week. Fort Pickens is a real fort, not a replica. Park, grab water, and walk the brick tunnels and bastions. There are stairs, shade pockets, and Gulf views without the condo line. If you're hauling beach gear, use the day-use lots on the Gulf side. If you want sound side calm with smaller waves, stop at the pull-offs on the north. Your pass covers every gate. Lunch needs no mystery. Peg Leg Pete's is the easy first hit for baked oysters and a grouper sandwich near the Fort Road. If you want bay views and a wider seafood board, the Grand Marlin sits on the bridge side with a proper raw bar and a calm porch. Both move fast if you go before noon or after 2. Save McGuire's and the Fish House for your downtown day so you don't repeat kitchens later. Afternoon is water and naps. If the sun is high and the sand is hot, slide back into the park and pick the Gulf pull-offs west of Battery Worth. Same emerald water, fewer people. If you hit a summer weekend, remember the free Pensacola Beach trolley runs in season and loops the island. It cuts down the number of times you repark. Always check current season dates before you rely on it. Before sunset, drive to the end of the road and walk the last boardwalks at the Fort Pickens Beach. It's the widest sky you'll get on the trip. Stand at the waterline and watch the shrimp boats set their lights. When the sun drops, you have 2 dinner paths. If you want sand, adjacent, and live music, keep it on the island. If you want a quieter plate and dessert without a wait, cross back to the mainland while traffic is light and aim for Palafox for tomorrow's start. The bridge is free heading off the island, so you are not paying twice. Day 2, jets and lighthouses, then Old Brick and Bay. Start at the Naval Aviation Museum. Admission is free and the collection is huge. Carrier decks cut into floors, early jets hanging overhead, cockpits kids can sit in. The catch is access. The museum sits on NAS Pensacola. Public access is generally through the West Gate Monday to Friday. Bring a real ID compliant license or a passport. Plan extra time for the gate, no drones, no weapons. Follow the posted rules and you're fine. Check the museum site the week you go for current hours and any base advisories. If your dates line up with a Blue Angels practice, the museum opens its flight line and you can watch the team fly from the bleachers behind the building. The practice calendar goes up at the start of the season and updates if weather moves things around. Many practices fall on Tuesday or Wednesday mornings. Gates open early. Bring water, a hat, and ear protection for small kids. If your week doesn't match a practice, you still win. The jets are often in the pattern and the museum floor is an easy 2 hours. Walk or drive a minute to the Pensacola Lighthouse. It's across the street from the museum on the same base. The climb to the top is tight but short, and the view takes in the pass, the sound, and the Gulf. There's also a small museum in the keeper's quarters with local ship stories. Hours vary across the year, and there is a small ticket price. Check the Lighthouse site before you go and bring the same ID you used at the gate. If the base moves to higher security that day and access tightens, pivot to the beach and climb another afternoon. Lunch is downtown. Drive back across the bay and park near Palafox. Joe Patty's Seafood Market is the landmark stop if you want to build a picnic later. Glass cases stacked with shrimp and snapper, a coffee counter and fresh bread. If you would rather sit, two classics are close. McGuire's Irish Pub for a big plate in a room that looks like a dollar bill forest. The Fish House, on the water for grits a yaya, and a view of the slips. Go a hair before noon or a hair after one to skip the worst of the line on busy weeks. Walk off lunch on Palafox. Start at Plaza Ferdinand, cross past the old Senger sign, and duck into the Museum of History if the heat is climbing. The block-by-block walk is the point here. Spanish balconies over brick, shade on side streets, coffee and gelato when you need it. For a quick kid reset without screens, the Children's Museum sits a couple blocks off the main drag and runs hands-on rooms in the old village buildings. Late afternoon, give yourself one more water move without repeating yesterday. Drive the short curve through Gulf Breeze to Naval Live Oaks on the sound side. It is part of Gulf Islands National Seashore and looks nothing like the open Gulf. Boardwalks under live oaks, shallow clear water, small beaches that face west for easy photos. Your park pass covers it. No extra fee. If wind stacks the Gulf, this is flat and calm. If the Gulf is glass, this is shade and birds. Dinner pulls you back to the bay. If you like the vibe at lunch, the Fish House at sunset has a different feel with lights on the masts. For tapas and a tight room, Global Grill is 2 blocks up Palafox and turns out small plates locals talk about. If you save the Grand Marlin for tonight, the bridge view is clean after dark and the Raw Bar runs late on weekends. If your Blue Angels practice landed today and you watch from the museum, consider a quick detour at dusk to the city waterfront. Plaza de Luna gives you a simple walk on the bay with pelicans and a view of the bridge lights. 10 minutes is enough. You end the day with the water in your ears and a short drive back to the room. Day 3. Perdido Key morning, Johnson Beach afternoon, Flora-Bama sunset. Cross the Bob Sykes Bridge early. $1 southbound, cashless. No toll heading back to town. Start slow on Perdido Key. Grab coffee and a quick bite, then slide into Big Lagoon State Park for a look at the water from the boardwalks and the observation tower. Expect a small day-use fee at the gate per vehicle and classic state park hours from morning through sunset. You are here for 2 things: the view across to Johnson Beach and easy birding on the lagoon edges. Keep it to an hour. The sand is calling. Now put your Gulf Islands pass to work at Johnson Beach. If you picked up the 7-day vehicle pass earlier in the week, it covers you here too. Park at the pavilion area for restrooms, showers, and the boardwalk over the dune. Then walk a few minutes down beach to thin the crowd. Drones are restricted in the National Seashore. Check posted rules. Swim smart. Johnson Beach faces open Gulf. On rough days, the shore break can be punchy. If you see red or double red flags, treat them like rules, not vibes. Rescues and fines are common. On calmer days, this is one of the best do-nothing stretches on the Panhandle. Lunch is nearby and easy. For a sit-down plate of local seafood under the bridge, Fisherman's Corner is a long-time favorite. It is a tight dining room, so go off-peak if you can. For a casual waterfront view and fast plates before you head back to the sand, Hub Stacy's at the Point does exactly that. Keep it tight and you'll be back on the beach while midday diners are still waiting for a table. Late afternoon, swap sand for a short history stop. Rosamond Johnson Beach is named for a 17-year-old Pensacolian killed in Korea. The roadside marker near the pavilion tells the story in a minute. It is quick context with real weight before you move on. Golden Hour is for the state line. Flora-Bama is part beach bar, part live music sprawl, part Gulf Coast institution. If you want the signature drink, the Bushwhacker is the move. Think grown-up chocolate shake. If you want oysters, the Oyster Bar is your stop. Live music runs daily across multiple stages and crowd levels. Drifting guitar outside while the sun drops, or a louder room if that is the mood. Check the lineup on their site and pick your corner. If you plan to drink, set up a ride. Getting back after dark is straightforward. If you would rather not drive the beach strip, Pensacola Beach runs a free seasonal trolley most years, between late spring and Labor Day, usually in the evenings into midnight. Confirm current season dates before you count on it. Day 4. Blackwater River Float, Bay Ferry Add-on, East Hill Night. Today flips the script. No salt, no surf, no parking drama. You are floating a spring-fed river under trees, then coming back to the bay for a last easy night. Aim your morning to Milton, about 35 to 45 minutes, depending on where you are staying. Outfitters on the Blackwater and Coldwater run tubes, kayaks, and canoes with a shuttle service. Prices for tubes usually land around $20 to $23 per person for a 2 to 3 hour run, including the ride upstream. Boats cost more. Pick a morning launch, wear river shoes, and pack light. Phone in a dry bag, car key on a clip, sunscreen, and water. Expect sandbar stops and a current gentle enough for first-timers. Some stretches restrict coolers and glass. Outfitters will brief you at check-in. If you want a little more pace and fewer people, choose kayaks on the same rivers. You will move faster than tubers and still get the same white sandbars. Either way, you finish at the Outfitters takeout with a cold drink and a short drive back to town. Back in Pensacola, rinse off and decide how you want to end the trip. On the bay, on the fort, or above the water line. If you want the bay, ride the Pensacola Bay City Ferry when it is in season. It connects downtown, Fort Pickens, and Quietwater Beach on Pensacola Beach. It is an easy way to skip traffic and see the skyline from the water. The service runs spring through fall with a published schedule and day passes. In recent seasons, adult fares have hovered around $20 for a day ticket. Check the current timetable and prices. If it lines up, catch a late afternoon boat to Fort Pickens. Take a quick look at the brickwork and the inlet, then ride back at dusk with the lights on the water. If you want the fort by car, drive to Fort Pickens on Santa Rosa Island with the same Gulf Islands pass you bought earlier in the week. Late day is the play. Cooler bricks, softer light, fewer people. Walk the top of the ramparts, look across to the lighthouse, and listen for the channel horns at sunset. The pass covers this gate too. If you want a quiet neighborhood sunset, aim for Bayview Park in East Hill. Locals walk dogs. Kids chase the playground. The bay throws back a clean orange sky. It is 5 minutes from great unfussy Pensacola staples, like Jerry's Drive-In, or a newer spot along 12th Avenue if you want something lighter. This is the opposite of beach traffic. It is how to end relaxed. One last logistics sweep before you fly home. If you are crossing back over the Bob Sykes Bridge for souvenirs or a last walk, remember the toll is automatic and southbound only. There is nothing to pay on the way back to town. If you love the Naval Aviation Day and want a last look, the National Naval Aviation Museum is open daily from 9 to 4. Public base access for non-DoD visitors is generally via the West Gate Monday to Friday with ID checks and a late afternoon cutoff. Bring a real ID-compliant license or a passport. The Pensacola Lighthouse next door uses the same base access window and sells separate tower tickets for the climb. Check both sites the morning you go for any base security advisories or temporary closures. If your timing hits a Blue Angels practice, even better. Their home is NAS Pensacola, and public viewing is often available from the museum flight line on many Tuesday or Wednesday mornings in season. Exact dates are posted each year. It is free to watch. Gates open ahead of practice, and you will hear and feel it before you see it. Verify the current practice calendar before you go, because times shift with the team's travel. So that's Pensacola without the scramble. It gives you 3 different trips in one. Gulf, bays, and Blackwater creeks, small moves bought you hours and kept your nights simple. Keep this plan. Shuffle a day, try a new dock, catch a different angle on the jets. Same calm pace. Bigger list next time.